good day everyone. I'm Renalyn Dayan from BSHM 2A, and today I will going to discuss a Sigmund Freud's stage of psychosexual development. Before we start, let's talk about who is Sigmund Freud.
Sigmund Freud was an Australian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis. Freud was born in Galician Jewish pattern in the Moravian town of Freiburg in the Australian Empire.
This is the 5 stage of psychosexual development. In Freudian psychology, psychosexual development is a central element of a psychoanalytic sexual drive theory. Freud believed that personality development through a series of childhood stages in which pleasure-seeking, energized from ID, focus on certain erogenous area. Freud's stages are called psychosexual development. According to Freud's, children's pleasure-seeking urges are focused on a different area of a body, called an erogenous zone at each of the 5 stages of development. First is oral, second is anal, third is phallic, fourth is latency, 5 is genital. There are 5 stages of psychosexual development. First is oral, under 0 to 2 years old. Second is anal, under 2 to 3 years old. Third is phallic, under 3 to 7 years old. Then next is latency, 7 to 11 years old. And last is genital, 11 to adult. Let's discuss the oral stage of psychosexual development. It describes the development during the first 18 months of life. It is called the oral phase, as it's described that an infant pleasure search centers in the mouth. During the oral stage, the infant's primary source of interaction occurs through the mouth, so the rooting and sucking reflex in especially is important. The mouth is vital for eating, and the infant derives pleasure from the oral stimulation through gratifying activities such as tasting and sucking. Second is the anal stage. During the anal stage, Freud believed that the primary focus of the libido was on controlling bladder and bowel movement. The major conflict at this stage is toilet training. The child has to learn to control their bodily needs. Developing this control leads to a sense of accomplishment and independence.
Phallic stage of psychosexual. The 3rd stage of psychosexual development, beginning around age 3, when the libido is focused on the genital area, penis and clitoris, and discovery and manipulation of the body become a major source of pleasure. The phallic stage is the 3rd stage of psychosexual development, spanning the ages of 3 to 6 years, wherein an infant's libido centers upon their genital as the erogenous zone.
Third is latency. The latent period is a time of exploration in which the sexual energy repressed or dormant. This energy is still present, but it is sublimated into other areas, such as intellectual pursuit and social interaction. This stage is important in the development of social and communication skills and self-confidence. These periods begin when the child reaches the stage of 6 and ends with puberty start. The child begins to make the connection to siblings, other children, and adults. Is space is defined by a solidifying of the habits that the child developed into the earlier stages.
Genital stage of psychosexual. A genital stage of psychosexual is the last stage of Freud's psychosexual theory of personality development and begins in puberty. It is a time of adolescence, sexual experimentation, the successful resolution of which is settling down in a loving one-to-one relationship with another person in our 20s. Once puberty starts, the genetical stage commences, allowing the child to develop opposite-sex relationship with a libidinal energy, again focused on the genital area. According to Freud's, if any of the stages are fixated on, is not enough libidal energy for this stage to develop untroubled. So, this is the end of my presentation, and I hope you have learned about Sigmund Freud's The Stage of Psychosexual Development. Thank you for watching.